Here's where we're at. So we don't need to go here. These guys are good. Don't go up the tree. But remember what I said. Bring the past into the present to develop the future. Bring the past into the present to develop the future. Date 1 into date 2 to talk about date forever. Get it? What happened on date 1, let's discuss it in date 2 so we have a vision of our forever. Past into the present to develop the future. So, as we've gone into this now, here's what we're doing. We're going to talk about, okay, and before I even get here, let me come back for just a second. Remember the targets. You're ultimately looking for your target, that client. But before you get there, let's remember what we have. Okay? Let's not forget what's going on here. You're still in control of a very sophisticated sales process. Okay? Don't want to make any mistakes. You're selling them on what? One relationship with me will greatly enhance every other relationship you have, every other important relationship you have. Okay? So when you get there with them, the beginning of the engagement process is one question. After the pleasantries, after all of this, and you're back having lunch again, that first one is, so what were your takeaways from that? I have a number that I thought about and actually discussed with my partners, if you have any. How about you? If they maybe went discuss with partners, maybe they have partners, what have you, what were they? And whatever they say, that's your target. Whatever it was. My takeaway was, well, I wasn't sure we could work so much because of the logistics of how far away we are. I thought about that, talked to my partners, and we've had problems before. So when he gets done with that, do I say, yeah, and my takeaway was that, I like the suit you had on. It was a really cool suit. And I like the fact that you work with athletes. That's cool. And our company is really good at working with athletes. I've worked with lots of athletes. And we do these things called a LERP. And you put a LERP in for an athlete because they make lots of money. They don't know what to do with it. What does that have to do with what he just said? You think I'm crazy, but we do it all the time. All the time. Because we're not great communicators yet. But you will be. Okay? So guess what? If he says that logistics, then you go right to the logistics. Like I did. When he said logistically, we're up here, you're down there. I said, I thought the same thing. How could we logistically? And then I told him about my company that would help handle the logistics part. I talked about, we have this, and we thought about we can maybe build a company, and we'd have to have someone on the ground here. And we talked about, I addressed that. See, whatever their takeaway is, that's your target. And then you go to the next takeaway, that's your target. See what happens in that conversation, again, take it from somebody who's a great communicator. They end up believing that, oh my goodness, this is perfect fit for what I'm talking about. Everything they say they can do is addressing all the concerns that I had. How do we do that? Because we listen. So whatever his issue is, there's your target. Whatever his issue is, there's your target. Whatever his issue is, there's your target. Not, no, I've got a team, I've got anatomy of a case, you got to check out the anatomy of the remodel, and wait till you hear about fact pattern analytics and my deliverables. Woo! Powerful. Yeah. Yeah. I'm serious. You have to watch people. Now that you know, wait till you're sitting watching people have meetings. It's going to blow you away. It's like, he didn't address that. He didn't talk about that. What's wrong with him? And then whatever they give you, you smell blood. You attack it. When they give you an open door, you walk through it. When they give you an entry into something, you take it. Okay, what's happening here? You want to do what? Not convince them to work with you. You want to convince you that you need to work with them. That's different. That's way different. See, I always rate the potential prospect after the first lunch. 7, 6, 4, 8. And if he's a 7, he's not a 7 because he's not convinced. He's a 7 because I'm not convinced. I'm not sure. Quit thinking like you used to. So I got to get to a 10. You're a 7, I got to get to a 10. Here's the gauge. It needs to go to here before I say yes. Sorry. Imagine if we did this when we were interviewing spouses. A lot less divorce out there. Because everything we do, a lot of what we do in our marriages is all emotional and feelings based. They used to do a lot of arranged marriages back in the day where they were doing all that behind the scenes. Right? I'm not saying, look, don't fall in love. I'm good with all that. But I'm saying love on purpose. So guess what? You want to take that 7 and make it a 10 or it ain't happening. And this process will get you there. And it isn't about my fancy team, my fancy FPA, this, that, and the other thing, charitable LLC, and check out my ESOP. Because in a moment, we did tons of Section 79. Guess what? 79 got shut down last year. Got shut down. The biggest guy in the country got shut down. They brought him in, and they're going through all of his clients. So every other shop followed. And when one guy finds out about it, now your CPAs are asking about, should they fund it? Should they not fund it? What do we do? What do we do? Imagine if we were a 79 shop. So see, it isn't about the solutions because they change. What stays constant? Your commitment to them, your friendship with them, your relationship grows. That's the constant. So solutions will change. You being the solution will not. So you need your target. So find it. Find the right target. Find who are you looking for. If you're looking for somebody, if I took a mirror and put it in front of Kyle's face, he's looking for that person. It's exactly what he's looking for. Okay? Because guess what? You're not changing them so much. You're not taking a frog and making it fly. You're not taking an elephant and turning it into a jaguar. They just need a little tweak here, a little tweak there, and a little movement there, and boom, it's perfect.